Hi, welcome back to another edition of Quarantine Kitchen Panama. Today is our 12th episode, and I feel like we're going to be here with you a little while longer because our borders got locked down another 30 days till August 23rd. We were a little scared for a minute there because we thought that they were going to put us on absolute quarantine by gender, by cedula number, passport number, whatever, for like 2 hours a week. And they mistakenly announced that. So now we're just on weekend curfew from Friday to Monday, and we're kind of okay with that because that seems like a gift, right?
Much better than full lockdown all the time. So
Yes.
that's better.
So I'm here with my friend Melissa, who is my guest star today, and she is going to be showing us how to make some pizza. When we first got locked down in quarantine, she is an amazing baker, and she taught me how to make different breads, brioches, pizza dough. And I've really learned a lot from her. And so not only is she a great baker, but she also has some great news. She is now in the new Netflix series that is #1 in the US right now called Curse. I feel like she's the superstar. She's in about 8 episodes. We're getting there. But it is amazing. So I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about it.
I was an extra in it, so I'm just in the crowd. But yeah, it's all about Arthurian legend told from the point of view of the Lady of the Lake, who's Nimue. Has lots of fantasy creatures, fauns, and fairies, that sort of thing. So great fun.
It is really awesome. If y'all haven't had a chance to check out Curse, y'all definitely check it out. Like I said, it's #1 Netflix series in the US right now. It's amazing. She's an amazing baker, and hopefully she'll give me her autograph at the end of the show because I feel like this girl's going far. But for now, I've learned her pizza. Let's do this.
Okay, so what we're going to do first is just add a cup of lukewarm water, do 3 teaspoons of the yeast, and a teaspoon and a half of the sugar. Let's give that a quick mix and wait for 3 or 4 minutes just to make sure that the yeast is working. It should just bubble up there. Just sifting in here 3 cups of flour. Just sift that, and we've got now 3 tablespoons of olive oil and a teaspoon and a half of salt. So I'm just going to mix those in with my hands now, just to make sure that's thoroughly mixed together before we add in the oh, that's bubbled up nicely now, the yeast mixture.
That is nice. Looks good.
Yeah, it's all bubbled up nicely. So I'll just put that in now, and then we'll make that into a dough. If you need to add more water, then do that. You may need to add more flour also, just so you get a decent dough.
Now you're going to knead this for a little bit?
Yeah, just a little while, but you don't need to knead it for ages.
Okay.
Just so it comes together. Okay, so the dough looks about right now. This will be enough for 3 pizzas, 3 12-inch pizzas. So put it into another bowl. And at this stage you can break it up into 3 and put that in the freezer, or put it in the fridge for a couple of days and that'll keep just fine.
So while the dough's rising for a little bit, we're going to add some olive oil to our pan, and we're going to saute some veg up. Melissa is a vegetarian, so I've learned to cook a lot of good vegetarian things with her. So what I'm adding here is just what we had, some green and yellow bell pepper, some purple onion, and then we're going to add in some eggplant and zucchini in a minute and let that get going and get it a little bit soft before we put it on the pizza. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and separately saute up some garlic. It's about 4 cloves, just nice and minced. And we're going to get that nice and toasty so it'll be part of our pizza toppings. So for the meat eaters of the group, since a lot of us do eat the meat, I got a pound of ground pork, just plain ground pork. We get that from Super Gourmet, our friend Lorelei. And we get this amazing seasoning called mild Italian sausage. It's from our friend Joel at Essential Focus. He has got the best pre-made spices. It's like the only place we can get anything really decent or specialty ordered. You can smell this. It has so much good fennel and sage kind of smell. It's amazing. So you use a pound of ground pork with about 1/4 of this bag of sausage seasoning, which would be about probably 2 or 3 tablespoons. Mix it up. We're going to ball it into little meatballs and make them as toppings for our pizza. So I made these little flat Italian sausage meatballs, and we're going to brown them in the pan and then put them in the oven. These are gonna brown up nice. And like I said, so super simple with the seasoning from Joel. It's just about a fourth of that pack with a pound of nice ground pork. These are really nice to make up ahead. That's why I usually make the whole bag. And then you can freeze them and just pull them out whenever you need them. So these will brown up nicely and we'll get them in the oven. So the dough has risen and wow, look at that. That looks good, Melissa. So that's gonna make us about 4 pizzas, maybe 5, 12-inch. Okay,
Yep, that's good.
cool. So next up, we're just gonna get it out of this bowl. How much do you have there? A
A
handful?
couple of them.
All right. Give me one. So we want to roll these out. And we already have our baking sheets. Olive oiled and floured. Sprinkle a little flour here. And definitely some on our trusty rolling bottle. Yeah, these are nice. They've got a good consistency. So we'll get these rolled out nice and smooth, and then we'll start topping them. So one is already on our pan. Melissa's about to transfer the other one to our oiled and corn mealed pan. These are so good. It's just so easy. We don't have Domino's here, so this is what we do. All right, so our meatballs are done. So we're about to take these out of the oven. These are really, really nice and brown. We're gonna let them cool just a second. In the meantime, Melissa is gonna oil our pizza crust. This is gonna be our vegetarian. This is gonna be our meat. And we have this nice homemade marinara sauce. It's just a lot of good mushroom, garlic, olives, green olives also. We like green olives in our marinara, and just tomato paste. I mean, it's just cooked down. But you can get a store-bought, or you can do whatever you want. Like I said, we don't get a lot of store-bought stuff here, so we have to make everything on our own. Okay, this fly needs to go. Spread this out as our base, and then we're going to work on toppings from there. So we have our veg pizza that Melissa has assembled with all our yummy vegetables here, and including some sun-dried tomatoes, really, really good. Our Italian sausage pizza, and all that's left is to put some fresh herbs. She is putting some herbas finas, which is much like our Italian herb seasoning that we've used before in many of these recipes. And I am putting some fresh oregano. This oregano, I've shown you before, is like a cactus almost. It's not flimsy. It's more watery and more crunchy than regular oregano. It smells so good though. It's so much stronger than regular. And we love that we get this here. So Melissa's about to go put these in the oven, and we're about to have some pizza. So while the pizzas are cooking, I'm sure y'all been wondering why I had this huge pot in the middle of the shacks that we were cooking everything. And it wasn't by accident. I've been making vegetable stock all day. You remember the baggies that I told you to save all your vegetable scraps in? Well, I've been cooking this down to this beautiful goo all day for probably about 4 or 5 hours while we've been doing everything else. And at this point, we're going to bring it over here and strain it and pour it into our ice cube trays. So all the flavor has now been cooked out of these vegetables, and we are going to just look at that rich, beautiful. Like I said, you can't buy stock this good. No MSG, no salt, no added anything, just everything you already cook with in your kitchen. So yummy. So we're going to strain this, let it sit for a minute, and we'll pour it in our ice cube trays. So this is the stock that we smushed out of the vegetables. Look how rich that broth is. It's so nice. I'm telling you, try this. It's so easy. It's not hard and so much better. The final step is to strain the last little bit of seeds. As you'll see, like from the okra, we actually have okra in this one from the gumbo we made last week. And the pepper seeds, you don't really want that in your stock. No one wants to eat that. So now it's a clean stock, and we're just going to pour it into our ice cube trays and pop it in the freezer. And then Once they're set, you'll have a little baggie, and every time you go to make a sauce or anything you're ready to make, that's perfect. We got about 10 out of that. They'll be ready. So the pizzas are out. Look how fabulous these look. I'm just finishing up cutting the final slices. And Melissa, this is my sausage one. Your veg. Cheers.
Yeah.
My God, it's so good. Like I said, who needs Domino's? We got Melissa.